Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
I have no idea what day it is today. What day is it, Nathaniel?
Today is the 23rd.
Today's the 23rd. My goodness, where does the time go? Hi, and welcome to day 23 of Vlogmas. My name is Tracy, and I'm the host of the Comfy Red Couch podcast. And today I'm not feeling 100%, so we're going to try and do a bit of a toned down Vlogmas today. What I thought I would do is do a little bit of a paw through for some yarn and also share with you my latest finished object, which I am very, very excited about. It's still drying though, but it makes me so, so happy. So let's go take a look at that. Here is my Yule Gran sweater. This is a pattern by Andy Satterland, and I am thrilled with it. I did a couple of changes. I did add a couple of extra rows right here. It's still very wet. And I changed the neckline. I did not want a funnel neck, so what I did was I like a mock neck, so I actually did the neckline, and rather than folding it under and securing it, I did a super stretchy bind off. And then I embellished. And I'm absolutely loving how my buttons have turned out on my sweater. I used some DMC silver embroidery floss to sew all of these little buttons on, and I decided to go with the speckly side out. I did think about doing a mix of speckly and clear, but I really liked the look of how the speckly turned out. Anyway, that is my Christmas sweater, which, as I said, I am so pleased with it. I'm really hoping it will be dry by tomorrow, so then I can wear it tomorrow. And then I'll probably wear it on Christmas Day as well. But yes, this is my blue Christmas confetti sweater. And as I said, I'm absolutely over the moon with it. And look at that lovely little star button. Ah, it really is perfection and makes me so, so happy. It was a great pattern, a lot of purling, but definitely, definitely worth it. One thing that has not gotten attention since yesterday is the box that I opened. It's a half empty box. I don't know whether that makes me a pessimist or an optimist. It's a half empty box versus it's a half full box. I'm not sure which one makes me more of a pessimist. It's half empty, so that means it's half done, right? That's optimistic. In here, there are a few things that I do need to find. I think my labels are in here for my sweater, somewhere in here. And then these little bins are things that I keep in the knitting table. So there are lots of little bits that I do need to go through and finally figure out homes for them. But in this box, there are a couple of things that I do need to get out. And as I said, I do believe my labels are in here so that I can then put them on my sweater. I have 3 bins of yarn here, and I'm hoping that the yarn that I think I would like to use is in one of these bins. So I'm thinking I'd like to use some red Nora George yarns that I've had for a while, but it is going to mean pulling these bins out and looking through them. An alternate is maybe some viola. I think the viola is in the center bin, and I think the one on the left and the one on the right are both Nora George. I'm hoping. The bin in the center was viola, so I've actually moved it to the side, and I'm hoping when I go through here, I will be able to find the color I'm looking for. I'm looking for a flame-like color. So I'm looking for a red, and I may have it right here. There we go. I'm just looking through my first Nora George yarns bin. I do have a couple, and I was thinking that I had a red and I was wanting to go with the red. I have this, I suppose it is red, but it looks kind of pinkish. I have two of these, and then I also have this orange. That had also been a contender in my mind, but I think that I had originally wanted to use this for a sweater, so I'm not sure. What I think I will do is just put this one aside for now and just continue looking through to see if there's something else that I might prefer to use for my Christmas Eve cast on tomorrow. And that is what I'm going to do for the next few minutes. I'd say for the most part that was a win. I only had to go through 2 bins to find what I was looking for. And what I was looking for was a red. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this one, although I do have a couple of other options as well. So I'm wanting something reddish. So I'm going to pull these and bring them downstairs, and we will make a decision based on that. I've also pulled something else that I'll bring downstairs with me as well. I've pulled a few yarns, and in the process I realized that I've pulled a DK, so that one is automatically going to be out of the running. I pulled this mulberry, and this was a superwash merino DK, but Helen has a new DK sock pattern that is in the testing phase right now, so maybe that is what I will test knit those with, and that makes sense. So this will be in my future, and that leaves me with 3 choices for the Be the Light socks, and that's a pattern by Alice Jeffries. That's what I want to cast on this year. Now this one is beautiful. This is cinnamon and clove. I have 3 skeins of this, and I had originally purchased this to make a garment of sorts. So I'm a little bit hesitant to use this one, but I think it would be perfect. But I think I'm going to hold off with this one, but it is absolutely beautiful. The next 2, one is actually for winter. This is for the Winter Shawl Club. I'm currently knitting with the Summer Shawl Club right now on my Ever After shawl, but it's this beautiful wine color, and that would be a lovely pair of Be the Light socks too. It has a mate that goes with it, but I'm okay splitting those. So that is one, but the one I'm actually really leaning towards is this one here. And this one is called On Trial, and this was the To Kill a Mockingbird series when Tracy of Nora George Yarns used to do Great Characters of Literature. She had focused on To Kill a Mockingbird, which is my favorite book, and I had purchased the lot, and I think this one would be quite beautiful as Be the Light socks, especially these little speckled sections here. So I am thinking this is what I'm going to use for my Christmas Eve cast on, and I think those will be beautiful socks. So I just need to print up the pattern, and I have a very cute tropical clip once I've got the pattern printed up to put that in. This was in my Advent kit. And speaking of my Advent kit, today is the 23rd. I might as well open up today's little package. Scout has plopped herself right behind me as I sit on the edge of my seat. And today is yarn. Yesterday I showed you a few more of the yarns. So this one, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. What a gorgeous blue. These are going to be so lovely knit up together. I mentioned yesterday that I plan to do the litmus cowl for a project using my lovely little Advent minis, and that is a pattern by Jude Harper, who is the dyer of Stranded Dye Works. And while I was upstairs, I pulled the neutral that I'm going to use. So this is the Gray Lady, also by Tracy of Nora George Yarns. I had thought about using Dumbledore's Army, but I thought, you know what? This one is lovely and neutral too. And I like the fact that it's got just that little bit of cloud darkness to it, and then it will go against these bright colors that are in the tropical Advent. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to do one stripe in the main color, and then I'm going to do a stripe in whichever color mini. So number 1, this is not number 1. I'll do a 1 stripe and then another stripe of the main color, another 1 stripe, main color again, then I'm going to move on to 2. So I'll be doing basically 2 stripes of each color in succession, separated by the main color, and going around the cowl 2 by 2, rather than doing 1 set of stripes and then repeating that set of stripes. I just thought maybe it'll be a little bit more fun to have 2 the same, move on to the next 2 colors, and all of them separated by this neutral. Anyway, so those are my plans for the next little while. So I've got 3 projects here ready to go. Christmas Eve cast on for tomorrow. I've got to wind that up, and I do have my project bag at the ready for that. So that is going to be my project bag. Perfect, nice contrast there. So I really have my work cut out for me in the days ahead. As I said, I'm going to knit this into a litmus cowl, and I may cast this on, if I don't cast it on Christmas Day or Boxing Day, maybe New Year's. We'll see. I do also want to work on some of my whips, so we'll see how that goes. And then tomorrow I plan to cast on this gorgeous red, and also in the future are the DK socks that I will be test knitting as well. So I've got lots of yarny plans in my future. Anyway, I need to go and find my Christmas Eve candles. They are in an unopened box. They are labeled, but I'll need to move a couple things around to get those out. And I will see you tomorrow for day 24 of Vlogmas. This month goes by so quickly, doesn't it? Anyway, wishing you all the best today, tonight, whatever time it is for you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we will do some casting on. Very exciting.
In excelsis Deo, Gloria, in excelsis Deo.
This is my idea of getting outside. coming out onto the deck area to put some yarn down and take some photographs. And apparently there are a couple of admirers of my Christmas Eve cast on yarn. Hi guys! They're annoyed at me. I have no treats for them. Just yarn, and I don't think you like that kind of fiber.